I have a shocking confession, everyone. As quiet as it's kept, I am not marriage material. Not because I don't have skills. I have skills in several departments. Yes, baby girl is bougie in the kitchen. Bourgeoisie. And the presentation be on point. Oh, I enjoy my cooking so much. Even my desserts. That's a skill that's worth $97,000. I just can't see doing it for free. Learned a lot of psychology in the sales game. Made me real smart. Cultivated myself into leadership. Can't see following a dummy. Furthered my education on learning how to devise and execute a plan. Can't see dealing with a dude that can't even plan a date, let alone a future for me and a family. I need uninterrupted time to invest in my skills and talents. I need to work on writing my next book. I need time to build my rifles and go to the shooting range. I need time to keep doing my poetry when they call me back to the improv. Oh, 'cause we as women, we gotta protect ourselves. Protect ourselves not from saber-toothed tigers or lions, tigers and bears, but something else. I need time to keep myself fine. A woman's work is never done. I gotta keep working on my piano skills and my drum skills. I got a lot to do. I don't have time to cater to the insecurities, to the neediness, and to the directionless male. Oh, and by the way, on top of that, 80% of women don't experience orgasms through penetrative sex because the male is selfish in that department too, and your pleasure doesn't matter. So I might as well just stick to my little friend. I named him Jalen Rose, superstar player. I'm perfectly okay with hiring and paying for a mechanic. I necessarily need to do that because my brother is a master mechanic. But I don't like doing lawn service, so I'll pay a lawn guy to come do my lawn. And I'll keep calling the maintenance man to come fix the plumbing. I'm good. I can pay for those services. On my last video, I admitted that I'm not marriage material. I agree with the manosphere. But for some reason, they took that as an advertisement. Telling me that men don't care about all of the things that I can do. Telling me how much of a man I am. That somehow no man wants me. And I can't find a man. All because I got my commission as an officer in the Army. I got a PMP. I'm a top salesman in the car industry, in the direct marketing industry, and in the cell phone industry. I went to school for cell and molecular biology. I drive trucks. I have a 780 credit score. The meals that I prepare are delectable. Yeah, that smothered steak is the bomb diggity. And I'm building a hell of a platform. But I say all that to say that I ain't marriage material because I'm not going to stop ascending to self-mastery, to stop and cater to a man's needs. I won't let him use me as a stepping stool to elevate himself. He needs to do that on his own, just like I did. So what I have here, ladies, is a liar, which most males in the manosphere are. My claim is that marriage is for men, but their claim is,
so marriage is for men, but somehow she gets half of my stuff when she leaves because 80% of divorces are initiated by women.
So you want to know where the lie is, since 80% of divorces are filed by women. For instance, the groups with the most prolific experience of marriages ending in divorce are downscale adults making less than $20,000 a year annually. That's 39%. And if you're black, 36%. Those with the lowest divorce numbers, adults making more than $75,000 a year. That's 22%. According to black male stats, only 7.6% earn between $75,000 and $100,000. So it's more broke-ass people getting divorces than wealthy people. So what's she gonna take? Half your shit that you scared to wipe out the crack of your ass?
Women have been brainwashed to really believe that they need men, right? The male was the original hoe, and women wasn't loving these hoes. Yeah. Come on, man. Y'all know that Tupac line? Come on. Since we all came from a woman, got a game from a woman, I gained from a woman. What did he mean when he said we got our game from a woman? Y'all came from us. Everything that y'all implement, y'all took from the nature of a woman. Women were a community. And they chose the most fit male and they passed your penis around and a lot of them got pregnant. And then if you was up to par, they kept you. If you wasn't, they let you skedaddle. They just took the seed. And they didn't love them hoes, but at some point, I don't want to bruise y'all ego, but the male was created to be a slave. Because they put men in a position they were not naturally meant to occupy. Men need to be controlled. They need commands. When you give a male freedom, freedom that he did not earn, he does not know how to handle it, because with more knowledge comes more power. With more power comes more responsibility. Men don't want responsibility. They want power with no responsibility. It don't work like that. The average male does not know the responsibility that comes with power and freedom. He's reckless. The male was created and bred to be a slave. And the more of y'all that exist, they have to make money off of y'all somehow. So your physical body is what they needed to control. Other than that, y'all are good for dying for somebody's wars. Y'all are good for sports. Listen to these football players and see how they talk about how they treat them there. They treat us like slaves, right? But that's the truth. And so the fact of the matter is, internally, the male knows this. He knows it. And so this is why his ego is so fragile. This is why he need external stuff like money, cars, everything else to give him a sense of value. Patriarchy is so hard to break the male from it because patriarchy did something so cold. Patriarchy stroked the ego of the male. He can't let it go because in his mind, I'm made in the likeness and image of God.
So, excuse my laughter and shit. Excuse my laughter and shit. But like, we're here again with Pastor P, aka the Queen Maker, Princella and shit. And I gotta laugh my ass off and whatnot. And before I do that, I want to tell all you simps out there, okay? I'm not even talking to the Miss Sandra's black women and shit that will follow her. Okay? I want to tell you right now, before she gets her numbers up and shit, she's at 38,000 subscribers or whatever. I want to tell you that I'm personally ashamed of your motherfucking ass, okay? You guys are the most bitch-made niggas. I want to tell you I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed, okay? Your penises should be repossessed and shit, okay? You're some beta male simps, okay? I'm talking to the brothers that's gonna go to this shit channel and big up it and subscribe and do all this shit. I'm not talking to the females because we know our females have been socially engineered to hate and hinder us on all levels and shit, okay? Alright? So I'm laughing my fucking ass off on this bust down Friday. I'm laughing my fucking ass off and shit because, I looked at these clips, right? I pulled down some clips of this woman talking and shit. Okay? Okay, let's just get out the way. She's a stud. Okay? This stud, alright? This goddamn duplicitous, facetious stud, okay? Like completely trolling everybody. Just controlling everybody, man. I'm just laughing. I'm sorry. But gentlemen and shit, like I busted this chick's balls like probably a year or two ago and shit. I busted this chick's balls, man, because she was on social media talking this trash. She like driving a truck, okay, and she did mention her military career. She was doing this thing where like she showed you a bunch of thirst traps, okay, of her. She showed you a bunch of thirst traps, so nothing to write home about, okay. No big deal. Like, seen it before, okay? Thirst traps, she showed that she could cook and everything. And then she was talking about how she wasn't doing nothing. Just the usual stud stuff. Over aggressive, insecure studs. Okay, I know some women that are studs that don't act like this and shit. Okay? I got the highest tolerance you could imagine this shit, okay? Get the highest tolerance imagine. I have 3 rules about that stuff. I'm not gonna put that out here and shit. But I'm laughing my fucking ass off because you motherfuckers, y'all gonna blow this chick up and shit. She done appeared. Even the fresh and fit goofies did not do their due diligence and go and look at any of her shit, or maybe they did because we know Myron's a fucking racist ass op and shit, a coon, a buck dancer and shit. And everybody that goes and big ups this chick and legitimizes this chick, you're the same too or shit. Okay, I did bust her balls like a couple years ago. And then like I was gonna, she was getting on my nerves real bad. I made like 2 videos, and I had a third one ready to go, and then I went and just looked at a bunch of her content, and I realized she had a mental issue. Okay, she had a mental issue. I don't know what the fuck going on in her life, at personal level, interpersonal level. I don't know what happened to her doing when she was growing up or anything, but I don't give a fuck. Okay, if you're a real man, you don't give a fuck. You shut this shit down. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you motherfuckers how to move and shit. That's the last thing I would do and shit. At least I'm honest with you. Okay, Pastor P has a mental issue, and she hates men with a passion, with a fucking passion and shit. And she wants to inflict as much emotional turmoil and damage as humanly possible. But whatnot, one of those clips suggests that she might have been married in the past, and I hope that gentleman survived that shit. Hope he escaped. Now she talks about her fucking military career. That's what got me looking at this shit today because she mentioned Fort Lee. I was stationed at fucking Fort Lee. Okay? I was stationed. I'm older than this bro, but I was stationed at Fort Lee and shit. I know how it goes down over there. Okay? I know how it goes down over there. There's a lot of shady females over there doing some strange for some change to advance their goddamn career. There was a big ass like government probe over there about sexual harassment and other bullshit, like unprofessional ass shit. But I know for a fact that I've seen a ton of chicks doing shit strange for some change. Like when I was like stationed there, and I can't say what part of my career I was stationed there, but like several occasions I would walk into a room and find a naked black woman. I found on my duty. I was doing guard duty. Like several times I walked in on a naked black woman doing something with an officer or something or an upper, a sergeant, a non-commissioned officer. Okay, it's fucking funny as shit, man. I love that base. I love being in Fort Leonard Wood and shit. I can tell you the zip code right now, 23801. Look that shit up, you don't believe me. 23801. Yeah, she said she was over there like that's some big shit, like she was doing something. Alright, she ain't shit. I don't know how. Now, when I listen to her rhetoric and her bullshit, it tells me, considering that she's a stud, it tells me that she did something strange for some change. She was on her hands and knees looking at the fucking headboard, getting her cheeks clapped. And I want to tell you, I saw the women on that base and shit. She's at the low end of it. She's at the lower tier. The only reason it threw me off today was that it looks like she put on a little bit of weight or she's wearing some bulky clothes. She's doing a whole Chance the Rapper thing. Normally she has a bald head, okay? She has a bald head. She got a little peanut head, a thin turkey neck. All right, but look like she put on some weight. All right, she's approaching the wall, or she's hit the wall or something. Yeah, she posted some thirst traps. I hope you guys enjoy all that shit. Why you big up in her shit, okay? Why you big up in her, man? Can't believe this. I'm serious. I was at Fort Lee, man. I had one of the best times of my life in that bitch, man. That felt like a goddamn house party movie, except in the military. I'm serious. There's so many hoes over there. There's so many hoes. And if you want some black women, like some thick ass black women, some good looking ones, some boule looking ones, some dark skinned looking ones and shit, ones they ain't fucking with a zaddy and shit. A lot of times when I tell a military story, I'm telling it from Fort Lee and shit. 23801. Oh my God, man. Like, I guess it was so much hoeing over there. It was so much malfeasant behavior on the part of women trying to sleep up. They try to break that glass ceiling with their booty that they had to do like an internal probe and shit. Okay? They had to like do an investigation. I remember seeing a story in the Los Angeles Times about that they're doing. I just laughed my fucking ass off because I remember, like you do them physical fitness tests and shit before you, move on to another base and everything. I remember this chubby, cheek, Aisha Curry looking motherfucking chick. Somehow she beat out 2 professional Olympic grade athletes and shit. All right, and we doing that run, the 2-mile run thing, and somehow she beat 2 Olympic grade athletes. So the night before she had fucked the sergeant that was doing the test, was scoring the test. So he wasn't thinking about it and shit. He gave her like a higher time than two Olympic ass, guys. And I was running on that track at the same time, and I saw that bitch take a break. I saw just like a badly built chick, like with a square boxy, midsection and shit, some skinny ass legs, Aisha Curry face. And I was laughing because I ran by her, and then they were saying like they did like this little award thing or something, and they said like her name first, and she came up and they gave her like a little award, and then they called the two dudes up, and the two dudes was mad as fuck. It's like two brothers, man. They was built like motherfucker like Usain Bolt or some shit. Oh man, I can't tell you. I'm telling you how many naked. I seen so many naked black women on that base. As a matter of fact, I had to run away from pussy on that base. I had to run away from pussy. My significant other shit at the time was having my first child and shit. So I was not for that shit, and I wouldn't have been for those shits. I was 100% faithful. Okay, so I had to run away from pussy. I had bitches rolling up on me asking me if I had a girlfriend. I would tell them yes, and so I started carrying her picture around in my pocket, and I would show them the picture, and the chick would look at it, the picture, and tell me. The sister would look at the picture and look at it, and then look at me and say, "Hey, where is she at right now?" And I tell them she was in fucking Chicago, and they would tell me, they would retort with, "Well, you ain't got no girlfriend. I'll see you at this time." I was like, God damn. I'm talking about some bad bitches, okay? I ain't talking about no fucked up shit you see walking around the streets of some of the shit on Chicago looking like a fucking somebody from the Lego movie in blackface. Yeah, I'm laughing and shit, man. I was mad as fuck, man, when I saw this Pastor P shit. When I listened to what she was saying, then I realized who she was and shit, and I realized who she was. Yeah, I made 2 videos. I was gonna make a third, but then I went and looked at it, and I looked at her real hard and shit, and I listened to what she was talking about, and I knew that she was like really damaged on the inside. I knew that she was broken. I knew that she was shattered spiritually. Her mind was gone. Okay, and you can get you can be a functioning nut job in the fucking military, obviously. Okay, all right, and she's proof of it. So I never made that third video. I think I trashed the third video because it was like fucking with, somebody who wasn't responsible for themselves and shit. And here she is today, with a slightly different look. Now she's Chance the Rapper, and you Negroes is gonna, you're gonna blow her up and shit. You're gonna give her legitimacy. And she's appeared on Fresh and Fish. She's gonna get eyes on her page, and you guys are making videos about her. I'm unfortunately contributing to that today. I'm making this second video. I'm contributing to it too. And I'm sorry for that and shit, but I want to be heard. All right. And I have a very small audience, but the guys that, the people that follow me and listen to my commentary know I'm speak from the heart and shit. I speak truth to power and shit. I got nothing to lose. Okay. I got nothing to fucking lose and shit. But this woman is like a mentally challenged. All right. And she's broken and shattered, and she needs help. And she probably needs medication as well and shit. Okay. She's a stud, and I don't think that if she comes from that community that she should be commenting on hetero situations and whatnot. Maybe she should stay within the boundaries of her own own community and shit. If they accept her, I don't know. Okay, I just think she's pathetic and sad and shit. Okay, and I think it's sad that you Negroes are going to blow her up. Okay, I don't know. At some point, maybe I'll go back and look at her YouTube page to see where her subscriber count is. Okay, but right now she was at 38,000 some shit. Right, and now people are just big up in this goofy chick. Just because somebody said it was in the military and all that shit, don't mean a goddamn thing. I was in the fucking military, so I got more clout than that bitch. I was there before that bitch. Okay, and I went through Fort Lee. I liked it. I liked being there. It was cool. I had to run away from pussy. Okay. You can go Google, images of Fort Lee. Maybe you can find some images on the base. They have these big ass, or they used to. I don't know what they have today in 2023. But they used to have like the letter of your company. Like they used to have I'm not gonna say what company I was in, but like one of the barracks on there, they had a giant W on there, and everybody used to call that the W for whorehouse and shit. Okay. All right, a lot of motherfuckers talking about, hey, if you want a social disease, go in the W house, and you can look that up and okay, and see if you can find that picture. Like they had these letters. When I went there, they had just built these new barracks. I was in there for a minute. Then they moved us to some shitty ones, obviously. You know, they were shuffled around. I had a great time there. Okay, I'm telling you, it was like a fucking house. It was like the house party movies with Kid and Play, except in the military. All right, and I don't know what character. I guess I'd be the Martin Lawrence character and shit. I didn't look like that motherfucker, obviously. A lot of shit, a lot of crazy shit happened there. A lot of sexual shit, a lot of females acting like niggas and shit. Like, you know, they hot girl summer. That was the first time I ever seen a hot girl summer was at Fort Lee and shit. Telling you, I had bitches like bad bitches, man. But then you'll be like because like they had like a herpes outbreak and shit while I was, you know, studying there. They had like a herpes outbreak, a social disease outbreak. So like a lot, like our drill sergeant was like, "Hey man, y'all better scrap that shit up, man, because y'all gonna be in trouble. You know, if you get burnt, you know, you're gonna be fucked. A lot of y'all gonna get held back from going overseas until you get a clear your medical, you know, just shit like that, man. And I love to tell stories about being at Fort Lee. It was insane. You know, that's why I started learning some of this kind of red pill shit. You know, on that base. I used to know like a motherfucker that like, you know, said he was a pimp from New York and shit, and he was in the military. He tells some crazy ass stories, man. But they asked him why he was that way, and he told a crazy ass story. You know, I don't know if I'll you know relay that. You know, maybe somebody can hit me up in the comments if they want to know that story that he told. It was pretty fucked up. But like, yeah, you know, I wanted to know her pedigree, like talking all that trash and shit. And I know she drove a truck at one point, or she still has a truck that she drives. She's obviously seems to be single and just tragically single. And I don't know if she can get a woman to lay down with her. You know, she's that fucking toxic. You know, it's like she done hit the wall. She has done thirst traps in the past. You know, simply for like the emotional, like to try to goad you to get you know engaged emotionally and shit. And then you read what she writes there, and it's like some kind of you know bullshit and make you want to give her a two piece. And that's all she wants. She just wants some attention. All right, she's a loser, and you guys are a fucking loser for you know big up in this bullshit. Okay. I don't know. I think I've gone as far as I can go. You know, I'm recording this shit right now. It says it's like 15 minutes and shit. So we'll just cut it here. SYSBM equals save yourself, black man.
It turns out that the early reports were wrong, all wrong. Now, for that group out there that had such a hard time getting home, sorry about that. I guess the only thing we can do is play you a song.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.